Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Board of Trustees public hearing. Today's Wednesday, January 24th, 2024, and I call this meeting to order at exactly 5:30 p.m. Roll call. Dr. Eero Cruz.
Present.
Mr. Rudy Corona.
Present.
Mr. Frutoso Gomez.
Present.
Mr. Oscar Medrano.
Present.
Mr. Alex Reina. Mr. Mario Silva.
Present.
Mr. Perez.
Present.
And Mr. Torres. Thank you. Let's move on to agenda item 1.3, public comment on the 22-23 first rating report. Dr. Cruz.
The next item on the agenda is public comment. Before we begin, I will remind our audience members of the board's procedures for handling public comments. The public comment portion of our meeting is available to members of the public according to the following. At regular board meetings, the board shall permit public comment regardless of whether the topic is an item on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. At all other board meetings, public comment shall be limited to items on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. Anyone who would like to speak during public comment must sign in prior to the start of the meeting and list the topics they want to discuss. An individual's public comments to the board shall not exceed 5 minutes per meeting. Please keep your comments or criticisms civil and courteous. Please avoid using profanity and refrain from making personal attacks on others during your opportunity to speak. We ask that you do not discuss students who are not your own children. In addition, the participating individuals shall adhere to the following. State their full name and what organization or group, if any, is being represented. Indicate the topic about which they wish to speak. They shall refrain from commenting directly on any individual employee or public official by name, but may refer to a specific employment area, job title, or the board as a whole, and shall refrain from attacks on individuals. Lastly, if after at least one warning from the presiding officer, any individual continues to disrupt the meeting by his or her words or acts,
Not working.
if a speaker is seeking board resolution of a specific complaint, that concern should be addressed through the district's grievance process. District policy DGBA has been established for addressing employee complaints. Policy FNG is the avenue for filing parent complaints, and policy GF addresses community member complaints. Grievance forms can be obtained at any campus administration office or at the district central administration offices. Thank you. Our first speaker is Ms. Rosalinda Garcia.
We're in a hurry. Good evening. I haven't heard the report on the rating, but I understand it's very good, and I'm here to thank the board and former outstanding, amazing superintendent, Teresa Cervellon, and her team, whether they're still employed here or not. I really want to thank them for accomplishing this task. And I know this rating comes about with having an employee or staff member on the business office or accounting, and through the year, I know we have, the previous board and you all have looked into some unnecessary items regarding our budget, and that's part of the finance. So I think I'm still within the guidelines. And some of those examples, we're getting rid of this magazine that we were spending a lot of money and we were not producing. It went from a 16-page to an 8-page when the board finally decided no more, no more. And I agree with it. I already forgot how much we were paying a month. I think like $10,000. Another accounting that that, like Ms. Cervellon, that she had to face was this, 700,000 that we had to return, were fined. There was some fined or other words, but we were, wow. We had to return it, whether we liked the term MOE, method of whatever, or whatever, we had to return it. It's unfortunate this had to happen, but that's part of the accounting. The accounting, and who was, Mr. Carmen, Dr. Carmen was the one that was at the time, and Ms. Cervellon inherited this problem. But we took a whipping with that, didn't we? So with that, I want to close again. Thank you to the staff that we accomplished this A rating. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to agenda item 1.4, presentation on the 22-23 first rating report presented by Ms. Mata. CFO, please. Ms. Mata, can you please, just for the audience that's here, can you please be clear on the exact date that this audit was being reviewed? I know it was 22-23, but it's actually 21-22. So can you please just explain that, and who was present at the time? Thank you.
So it is a 22-23 first rating released by TA on November 6th. The official and the preliminary was released on August 7th of 2023. This rating is for data for 21-22 fiscal year. The 22-23 fiscal year, which is the one we just closed, the one that you all approved the audit for in November, will be released around August preliminary, and then, of course, November would be more or less official.
So just to be clear, who was the superintendent at the time? Thank you.
Ms. Dr. Carmen, I believe, up to March 2022, and then I believe Ms. Cervellon started March 2022.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Sorry. Okay. So again, we're here for the San Benito CISD 22-23 first rating. And as you can tell, San Benito CISD got a rating of A, which is superior achievement, which is the highest rating that you can get as a school district. I did go back for previous years in case I was asked. And out of the last 5 years, beginning 18-19 up to 22-23, the district has received 3 A's and 2 B's. So just as information. And the 2 B's were in fiscal years, hold on, give me a minute, which was the 2021 for 1920 audit, and then 1920, which was for 18-19 audit. Those were the 2 B's. Other than that, the district has received A's. So just as information. So again, the district did receive a rating. I'm not going to go through the whole slides. It's already posted on the website if anybody would like to go see it. We did get almost a perfect score. If you can see, hold on. Oh. Okay, right there. I don't know if you can see it or if it's blurry or not. But we got, again, a superior achievement. The district score was 98 of 100. We missed it by 2 points. And that 2 points is in reference to indicator number 13. And I'm going to jump to that indicator. So this is the indicator number 13. Let me just catch this one up. Okay, so this is indicator number 13. This is, the question is, was the school district administrative cost ratio equal to or less than the threshold ratio? So TA measures what the district spends for function 21, which is school leadership, and function 41, which is a district administration. against what we spend as a district for Function 11, which is instruction for students, teachers, anything that has to do with instruction. Function 12, which is your media services. Function 13, which is curriculum for professional development, and Function 31, which is accounting. So all these, the first two functions which I mentioned, which were our school leadership and district administration, are considered your numerator. And then you divide that by your denominator, which again is your instruction, your media, your professional development, and your counseling department. So those four functions. You get a number, then you divide that by the ADA that you had for the fiscal year. After that, you get a numerator, and that's where they measure you. So based on this criteria that they have, you notice that we had a 0.1239 in this audit here. So we met the 8. So the 8 is 0.0855 to 0.1105. So we fell between there, and that's where we got that rating. So we missed it by 2 points. I did go back, and I tried to estimate what the 22-23 would be, and we would still fall under 8. And we did make some changes when this first came out back in August. One of the things that my director of accounting and myself, we looked at what's getting coded to Function 21, what's getting coded to Function 41. We reached out to other districts and to Region 1, and we asked, how do you all code this? What function? And so forth. So we did move our technology, NARPIM's department that they had coded under 41, coded to 53. Our print shop was getting coded to 41. We moved that to Function 12 as per recommendation from Region 1 and analysis that we did with other districts. So that hope does bring down our administrative expenditures. So we're trying to look at exactly what's being spent to try and get the costs down but again, since it's based on ADA, if our cost is here and it keeps going down, it's going to stay the same. But based from 2021, 21-22, at one point it was 0.13, then it went down to 0.11, estimating from the numbers that I ran, 0.10. So we are decreasing our administrative cost ratio.
Does this include any payments that we made for programs out of ESSER? Those have to
No.
be coded to the Function 41s and things like that as well?
That I know of that, this is only for local funds. I will verify that for you, though. So, okay. Again, this is the only line item that or the only indicator that we got an 8. Everything else was either passed or a 10 out of 10. So again, we got a 98. If you want me to go more into detail, I can. But like I said, this is posted on the website, and you all have a copy. If you want me to go on further, I can and go line item by line item.
I just have a comment. I want to congratulate you for a job well done, and your staff and everybody from San Benito CISD. Great accomplishment.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a question. Item number 14 and 15 are still being evaluated, or?
No, those aren't indicated.
Okay.
Since the legislation changes, they indicate whether it's going to be evaluated or not. And so from prior year, they try to keep it 20 consistent, but because legislation changes, they either remove one for that year and then bring it back and so forth. So these are decisions that TA makes.
Thank you.
And it's not always the same thing that we're graded on each year?
For the most part, it is, but this year I think like 2 or 3 changed, but not really from previous years. If you look at it, and I can compare it for you and I can tell you like these changed, but normally it's like the same one. 1 is the same thing as 1 and so forth because they want you to be able to compare each year.
Thank you, Ms.
Okay.
Mata.
Any questions?
I just want to say thank you so much for the hard work that you all put into this, and we appreciate it, and you all continue, and I know you will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Once again, thanks for the report. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to agenda item 1.5. Any community comments on the first year rating? Come on.
Good Good evening, Board. Ms. Matta, on item indicator number 9, how many days of cash on hand do we have? Indicator number 9. We got 10 out of 10 out of it, but how many days of cash do we have? I'm sorry. I should have sent you an email first.
If I look at this, it says that we have like 11 or 154 days.
154. Do you-
154.941.
Okay, so we have 154, so we're really well above that. Do you happen to know what the average in our local areas are?
No, I can do a report though.
Okay,
As
I
far
ju-
as far as what kind of areas though?
Like Harlingen versus,
okay.
you know,
I can
where
look at it.
are we in relation to them? Because
Okay.
we do, not that we're competitive or anything like that, but, you know, how much are we blowing them out of the water by?
Okay.
We need a good feel-good thing.
Okay, I'll get that information. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mary Marie. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, let's move on to item number 2, closed meeting. Can I have a motion to adjourn, please? I got a motion by Mr. Silva. Can I have a second? I have a second by Mr. Corona. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. We adjourn this meeting at exactly 5:46 p.m. Thank you.